Gentlemen, congratulations on the victory. Coach, why don't you just give us your overall thoughts of the game?
Well, what a great D3 game. We've had tough games in all three. We knew these guys were going to be different than what we've played against. They did a really good job of slowing the pace, and I felt like when we came out to start the second half, we were able to kind of increase the tempo and just kind of feel out. We talk a lot each game about the first 5 to 6 minutes. A lot of times the first media, our guards and our starters trying to feel out the game and then relay it to the other guys that are coming in, what is open, because each team plays us a little bit differently. But I felt like today it took us a full half. And we had some really constructive coaching, from them and from the staff at halftime. And I felt like we really used that to kind of stretch it out. I think it was a 20-0 run. Obviously, that's probably the best defensive game that we've played all year. I thought our guys really paid attention to, in a short turnaround to what we were asking them to do defensively. And then, it was a different offensive game for us. This guy didn't have the explosion, but we're a team, and he knows that. He leads that. And, this guy, Jack Davidson, in the huddles, telling this guy that he's to be ready and then loving on him when he's knocking him in. That's about as joyful as you can be as a coach, to see them lifting each other up and then get the win because of it.
Well, Coach, obviously their size had to be a concern for you. Talk about your guys in the post defense that you played.
Yeah, Emory's really big. We played Emory twice. Worcester's really big. We played them 3 times. I think these guys, it's the obvious, right? It's the advantage that they have. And it isn't just their post players. Their perimeter guys are really long. The gaps that we normally drive it into close up a little faster because of their length. And, like I said, I think it made us play differently. But we've got the best guards in the country, in my opinion. And, we turned it over a little bit more than normal today, but we still went out and had 18 assists. And, everybody that really follows us, will talk about the scoring of our 2 guards. But, today they come out and, not real smart, but I think they had 17 of the 18 assists. And that's what they were giving up. And I think, that is what leads you to this point in the season, having guys that can read the game, make adjustments on the fly, and then, my staff and I have done a pretty good job recruiting good players, so guys that finish the play for them. So it was a concern. We talked about it. This guy, Ahmoni Jones, he guards the bigger guys. He's done it his whole life. Guys played against the best in Indianapolis. There was some comments yesterday that went live about, this guy not being as good as some of the people that others play against. Well, this guy's played against the best in Indianapolis. A lot of them have played on the biggest stage, some in the NBA, some Division I. He can guard regardless of the height. And, I felt like he showed that today. We knew it. It was really key to keep him and Kellen Schreiber out of foul trouble, and that was huge for us as the game went on.
Yeah, Monty, can you talk about the pick and pop off the screen there and how effective that was for you guys tonight?
Yeah, it was really effective, and I know it's something that me, Jack, and Tyler practice all the time. Not in practice, outside of practice, they're always pulling me aside in the gym, telling me, let's do this wheel screen, pick and pop. And it's just effective today, and then they told me to keep having confidence in myself, and that's exactly what I did. So kudos to also my teammates and Coach Brumett as well for believing in me.
Yeah, Jack, talk about what were you seeing coming off the ball screen? They hedged a lot, right? They're long, so what were you seeing coming off that screen?
Yeah, I had a pretty good feeling they'd throw some different things at me tonight after the first 2 rounds. And when I was driving it, they were bringing 2 or 3 guys off the ball screens. The hedge wasn't leaving, so we got Monty on the pop a bunch. Got a lot of roles at Kellen too, so we just got to take what they give us. And we have so many guys that can exploit other teams defensively. And when we move it, we're really dangerous.
Yeah, talk about the dive to the basket, because it seems like that bounce pass you were throwing was right on the money throughout the evening.
Yeah, their hedge was staying high, so on that quick pocket pass to Kellen, or Ahmoni usually pops, but to Kellen or Sam Comer on the roll, I mean, it was there all day because they were making an emphasis not to let me get any shots off the ball screens.
Yeah, and you guys as guards, obviously they're big. The ball goes down inside. What are you trying to do as far as to help the post guys inside there?
Yeah, our plan really was kind of let our big guys battle down there and not give up any threes, not giving any kick-out threes. And I think, Monty did an unbelievable job on their big. Kellen did a great job. And I thought we had a ton of success. I mean, that was our best defensive game of the season. And I think a lot of that keyed in on taking away the threes. I know they had 2 threes all game. And I just don't think they could have beaten us with post-up after post-up.
Kyle, the crowd, the Wabash crowd here, obviously it was a very tight game, and I'd like to know your thoughts on the difference your crowd made in that huge 20-0 run and everything that happened here today.
Well, I've got a special job. Wabash is a special place. We're unique. These people, they've been craving a basketball team that is successful. And, we've had this has been built over time. The pandemic threw a little bit of a wrench in everyone's lives. But it made a huge difference. I mean, there were people here. We got here 2 hours before. There were people here before us today. And, we're on spring break too. So, typically we're going to have a student crowd that is significantly larger than that. But, our alumni is outstanding. There were a ton of them here today. I know you guys probably saw some of the highlights, maybe even heard the press conference. I mean, we had a great crowd drive to Atlanta. 587 miles. We had people following all the way down there. So, when we knew that we were going to be 2 hours from home, we knew we were going to have a great crowd. These guys deserve it. I mean, I think that's one of the things that has really brought not just our alumni, but the Crawfordsville community. There's a lot of little kids out there that are watching these guys play, and they're their favorite players. And part of it is because we've won some games, but a big part of it is because they see how hard these guys work. Their parents see how hard these guys work. And, they want that influence, and I think these guys have taken that really personally. We spend a lot of time in our schools in the Crawfordsville community, and these guys, they see us. It's a small town. And, that's not always a draw from a recruiting standpoint. But when you see things like today, it really balances it out.
For Kyle or for Jack, or maybe for both of you, have other schools, other teams tried to defend you the way that Williams sold out so much to try to keep you from shooting tonight?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of teams play me different every game, but I think Worcester, in the conference championship when we played them, they did that first half, didn't have much success because we have so many weapons that I can distribute to. And then second half I kind of got going. But yeah, every team throws something a little bit different, and we've seen that many times before. So we're ready for it. Teams are going to have to pick their poison because we have so many guys that can get going. And,
they're longer than most, So I think it's been done. But, I think their length did make some of the lanes a little harder to see. Like there was one play early second half, we get a steal and then or they get a steal and then we steal it back and then we turn it over trying to go to him, and that wasn't really a ball screen play, but it was just their length, like these two guys were both open and we just couldn't get it through there. And, that's a credit to them. But I felt like as the game went on, it was easier to read and see, where and what angle we were going to be able to complete the passes.
And Coach, talk about Kellen Schreiber and how he impacts the game and how important he is for you.
Oh, he's unbelievably important for our group. I mean, he's our energy guy. he's such a high percentage finisher. He loves to play. I mean, he loves his teammates. I was really proud of how he played on a big stage today. The 19 points are easy to look at. The 11 rebounds are huge. He had 2 offensive rebounds really early, and we kind of went in and kind of challenged him because we only had 2 offensive rebounds for the first half, and they were both early, and it was his energy that went and got him. And we had talked about them being bigger, but us being more physical and thinking that we could go get some of our misses. And he comes out and gets 3 in the second half, after challenging him. I think, our seniors, we're a little bit of an odd conglomeration. This guy sticks it out an extra year, and Tyler and Kellen were a year behind him, and then this guy is 2 years, and he's just like them. The 4 of them all live together. They do most things together. And, just to see them come in and out of huddles, in and out of the half, and be so coachable. That was the thing Kellen today. He had some cramping late, but he was so coachable. He didn't play with real foul trouble today. He was really good on the glass. He talked them through what was open on the roll. Watson and Schreiber, they're not sitting up here. Kellen's plus 27 for the game. Those are the kind of stats that we look at. Tyler's plus 24. Those 2 guys, one cramps, one has some foul trouble, but they come out and, it's seniors, man. They're experienced. They don't care about anything but winning. And, that's a blast to be a part of.
Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Congratulations on the win, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
First of all, Coach, you want to give us your overall impressions of the game here this evening?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'd like to thank Illinois Wesleyan just for an incredibly run weekend. You can tell they've done it before, and 4 great teams, and hats off to. I told Wabash's coach that if we weren't playing for them, they're what college basketball. The teams you want to root for with 3 seniors making big impacts and big plays, and we wanted to beat them today. But I think they made a couple more plays in the second half. So it's a great environment, great game. 2 teams, I think, leaving it out there, which is what you want to see this time of year.
Well, Coach, maybe talk about trying to take advantage of your size inside, and you did that in the first half. And how were you able to do that or try to do that?
We try to run our offense and give these guys a lot of trust to. Play to whatever strengths present themselves. And I thought early we did a good job. I think 2 things when you're watching film on a team from another region that don't always stand out is, the length and size part, which I think sometimes plays into our benefit, and then the physicality part. And I thought, that was the part that, didn't quite jump out on film on their part. And they, to their credit, played really physical. And, at times I think, allowed our ball movement to stop because of their kind of pressure and physicality. But, we trust these guys to take what the defense is giving them. I wish a few more outside shots had gone in. But I'm proud of the effort.
Spencer, you want to talk about guarding the ball screen? You saw a lot of ball screens, obviously, here this evening. And what was the strategy there?
Yeah, we were trying to – they've got 2 really big scoring guards, so we're trying to give them a lot of pressure. I think to their credit, they took advantage of that pop, over and over and made us pay. When we look back, we're kind of disappointed in the way we guarded it, but I liked our effort and how we played the whole time.
Giovanni, you want to talk a little bit about guarding the pick and pop and also the slip to the rim and how difficult that was at times?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, they had 2 strong guards. We were so focused on, obviously, they wanted their really good guards. We kind of laid off the pop, but then again, our effort, like Spencer said, was there, and I'm definitely proud of my guys.
And Coach, why don't you talk about the ball screen a little bit and how you wanted to guard that and how that kind of played out for you?
I think anytime you play this team and you look and, their guards aren't the ones taking the threes, you're kind of happy, or when they're taking the contested ones. And I thought they, to some of their next guys' credit, they stepped up and made some shots. I thought, we could have helped more sometimes. We, overhelped other times, and that's, basketball. But again, the game plan was centered around stopping those 2 and using our length, chasing them with one and kind of containing them with the second guy to make them give it up. And, Spencer said, I think they, did a good job, making the play out of the play.
Yeah, I guess for Spencer or Javon, you guys were one of the leagues last year that didn't play. Some of the leagues played a little bit, and you guys didn't. I'm just wondering your thoughts, looking back where you were a year ago, to get into play in the round of 16 in an environment like that after what you went through a season ago.
So, yeah, I could take it. We definitely had a little trouble not playing basketball last year, but our guys were definitely good with staying together. We lived together. Most of the guys didn't go to school, but we somehow lived together both semesters, which is amazing. And during that time off, we didn't really take any time off. We worked hard and pushed each other, and I think that translates to the year we had this year.
I'll just add, a lot of us took time off, me included, so I've got more time, but someone like Javon didn't take time off, and it hurts extra bad to kind of have this one go down, his career be over. So that's why we're hurting right now for those guys.
I think my question is going to be along a similar line. Just to reflect on, you guys had a bunch of games canceled 2 different times over the holiday break, tried to get games in, couldn't get them in, and then you guys were shut down for 2.5 weeks. To just reflect on being able to be here at all. Or is that too soon for that?
No, I think we're just about the 2-year anniversary where we had a team meeting and told them to enjoy an extended spring break. And, as the coach, I did not know that meant some of these guys I wouldn't see in person. Most of the team I would not see in person for another 15 months. And as these guys said, they did a great job of being connected. And, it was never the full team, but they were in different groups throughout the country throughout that year. So I think our connection and our camaraderie was able to grow during that tough year. And then this year, we finally get going. We have some success in the first semester. I think our team was taking shape, and we always have high expectations at Williams, but they got to see just how good they could be, and came back just super excited after winter break. And every season is up and down emotionally. I think the highs and lows of this season for these guys was. Maybe I felt it more than they did, but as extreme as ever. I mean, I think we have a really close team that loves each other, and over 2 different periods, we had a month where we couldn't be together, where we had guys in the gym only by themselves, or only 6 guys in the gym, and everybody else in their dorm room by themselves. And when you're a close team, it's really hard emotionally in those times. As a coach, it's brutal. You got 16 young men you're essentially caring for as a parent and love, and you're feeling every time one of them is anxious or depressed, you're feeling anxious and depressed. I told these guys, as Spencer alluded to, I had one goal as the coach, and that was to make Javon only got to do this great thing called college basketball 3 times instead of 4. Our other 3 seniors put their careers on hold for a year to get this experience and lead. So every panic attack I had on the year, every sleepless night had nothing to do with a win or loss. It was just to make sure they had a meaningful experience full of great moments. And long-windedly way of answering your question, I could not be more happy and more proud that we got them here. There's only 8 coaches that get to be around their guys anymore this year after today. So to have that much extra time, I had another goal to get as many games as possible. So we got to 24, which is our normal regular season. We just had to make the league championship and the Sweet 16 to do so. But, again, super proud we got that much time, and that, we've had these bonding moments, these memories, that these guys will, eventually they'll get over this loss, and they'll remember flying and going to the school called Illinois Wesleyan, or, busing 9 hours to Mount Union and being in Alliance, Ohio together. Those are the moments and the big things they'll be talking about. And we'll have a banner with their team year up that, they'll get to show their families one day and be proud about. So it hurts right now, but, incredibly proud that, we did this for, for all the time they lost.
Any other questions from anybody? No? Well, guys, congratulations and great season. Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you. And thank you again for, everything here. It's as well run as, anything I've been to. So enjoy the game tonight, and one more tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.